Okay, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and fishing accomplices, good morning and welcome back to Fishing. So it is September 13th, 2025, and we are on the water. Sorry for all the Montaukness if that wasn't your jam. That was my first really good string of outings in quite some time, and I have been fishing closer to home in the city a little bit here and there. Last weekend, for instance, I got a fairly decent outing with Peter Ranieri, but after reflecting on it, it wasn't anything I really thought needed to be its own video. But today, hopefully, will be something different. Today, we are fishing pretty far east in the Long Island Sound, a spot that I've never fished before, and we're going to see what we can do. It's not that you can't catch fish out west. You certainly can, but you definitely have to go about it with a different set of a different attitude and different set of criteria. But today we're going to try Eastern Sound and see if we can get on some action. Primary target species is really kind of a mix, but if I had to label it as just one, I'd probably say sea bass. They're probably the one thing reliably that I can target and probably find. The real question will be whether we can get keepers. Fluke is still around, still an option, though. I'm not sure how good it'll be here. I know really nothing about this area. I didn't really follow reports, just a little bit of internet sleuthing. And we are deep enough into the summer, or almost touching fall, where there could be some pelagics around, particularly false albacore and maybe even some Spanish mackerel. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for them and see if that could be a possibility. But between all these things, it definitely could go well, and hopefully it'll be a video that I'll have to tell you some good news, because it's time to get some fishing accomplished. All right, we're up on our first rock. It's around 35 feet down. I'm going to start off with gulp just to go lowest common denominator, see if anything is just on this thing, even if it's just porgies. I fully expect this to probably get chomped in half, but if something grabs this, we'll then probably switch to something a bit more durable. Got a 1 ounce or 3/4 ounce jig, I'm not sure which. And this is a 5-inch gulp grub. And let's just drop it down. Small sea bass. Good to see there's life here, though. See what I mean? That did not take long at all. All right, let's throw something with a little more durability on it. This is a tough tugger, I believe they're called. Elias V product. All right, Elias V tough tugger or something of that nature. I'll fix it if that's not what it's called. And a little Procure Hayden. I'm just going to throw this up tide, see what happens. Drop back just a little bit. Might switch to my lighter action rod just to get down to the bottom a little quicker. The lighter we go, the quicker we'll hit bottom, line wise. Is. Yeah, it was nice to have a lighter line to get down there a little quicker. It's going to be a sea bass. Not the size we're looking for, though, but at least we found the intended target. We'll try 1 or 2 more drops, but if that's all we're finding or nothing, we're going to move, because there's no shortage of good bottom around here. That's a better one. He's fouled. Yeah, I'm getting better. But I'd like to hope we can do better than this. It's like a 15-incher probably. fish. All right, second spot. This one's even shallower than the last, but it's right on top of like a very deep channel, so let's see what happens. The boat's gonna reposition, I'm sure, but see what happens right here. Oh, that didn't take long. Wasn't ready for that one. Wasn't that big. That's a better one. It's not fair hooked, that's why. Well, we're finding sea bass. We're not finding legal fish, but we're still in pretty shallow water, so there is hope. We got a lot of real estate to explore. All right. This spot is not it, but I'm gonna try working a little bit deeper on it because I think maybe there'll be some fish hanging out like right on the ledge of this channel that I'm right up on. Try a slightly deeper piece, not far from the last spot. Definitely more current here. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna need to throw up a bit. Up tide. That won't do it. All right, spot number 4. A bit deeper now. This could be promising. There's 2 spots over here that look good. This one's a little bit smaller, but certainly I'm sure there will be sea bass on this. Just a matter if there's any keepers. About 45 feet down. Try metal maybe, I don't know. Oh, that's a good one. What happened? That's a good one. That's a good one. That's gotta be a keeper. Not a monster, but yeah, that one's coming home with us. You're coming home with me. Gotta start somewhere. Yes, indeed. Just like we like to get them. I don't know what that is. It's about 17.5. Nice fish. Get some nice little dinner fillets off you. Bleed them out and see if you got a buddy down there. All right, well, you put the time in, you will be rewarded. So let's see if we got any buddies down there. It had a lot of good hits, so I'm sure there probably could be another good keeper down there. A lot of bait around here too, so a lot of potential. Do a lot worse than that. Maybe try with metal with a treble hook on just to see what happens, because I think a lot of these fish are biting the plastic and missing the hook. And I'm just curious what that'll do to the hookup ratio, especially if, you know, we are missing some better sized ones. I know a lot of these fish are small, but gotta try it. We're not done with this lure, but we're just gonna take a pause and try something else. Okay, let's try the Fish Labs jig. I couldn't keep the sea bass off this back when I was fishing last summer. I bought these knowing that this would be a good application for them, and I'm curious how it'll work now that we're, you know, on a half decent sea bass bite. So let's try it. They'll sink fast. Oh, that's instant. This is like stupid. Let's just check our leader after this, because I did feel a little fray. Yeah, I don't want to lose a big fish. Four more minutes on this spot. If we're just getting fish like this, we're gonna move. Porgy. Porgy. I'll keep big porgy, but not this size porgy. What's this? Followed it all the way up. These guys can be aggressive. Followed it like pretty much all the way up from the bottom. Alright, pretty deep piece right now, about 70 feet. We'll try the metal first this time, and then we'll adjust accordingly. But this should get down there pretty quick. Quicker than plastic. Oh, there's little fish down there. Alright, tide's moving in a different direction out here, and it's a lot of structure, but this stuff's like a lot less dramatic. It's a lot of smaller, like boulder fieldy things. So I'm gonna try some drifts and just see if I can stumble upon something, and if we do get into a good school of fish, we'll consider locking. But I don't want to rule out that, you know, we can find some fluke too. So I think it'd be wise to do a few drifts just to see what we can tie up with. There's something. That's not a bad fish. Or it could be a porgy. Bad porgy. I'll let him go though. Single boulder under us. Porgies. Something's going on over here and we want to see what it is. So at this point, I'm noticing some bird activity with some fish under them, and I'm not quite sure what it is. So I decided to investigate. I started things off the metal, specifically a deadly dick, and unfortunately I cast that off after a little while, so then I had to switch to a half-ounce Castmaster spoon. Oh man, it might be going off, folks. Just got to find a school quick enough and eager enough to bite. Kind of like in the middle of a dispersed one right now, but there's a far more concentrated group, it looks like, ahead of us. Oh yeah, it's happening right here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go. Might actually get spooled. This line is... They're so fast. Here 1 second, gone the next. Oh, there they go, right? Those are albies. No question. Oh. Oh, there they go, there they go. Ah. That's it, that's it, that's it. Got him. Oh, baby. Hopefully it's going right. Oh boy. Coming at me fast, coming at me fast, coming at me fast. Oh god. It's been a while. It has been a while. Jesus. These are big ones too, man. Oh my god, they're right around me. They're all around me. Yep, False Albacore. Oh. These things are rockets, man. Gotcha. Little toony. Let's just get this wire. Don't want this fish. cool specimen. What a cool fish. Woo! All right, coming up on some more. It'd be cool if some other things were mixed in with these albies, but if that's all we're gonna get, it's all we're gonna get. I don't eat these. They don't taste very good. At least the one time I did keep one. They are sure a fun fish to catch on the right tackle, which I think is safe to say we have right now. So let's see if we can encounter some more. This is a long shot, but oh my God, come on, Dan, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, baby. What a wild ride. What a wild ride. Oh, I don't want you there. I don't want you there. Nice try. Must have been that tuna fish I had with dinner last night. All right, let's see if we can make it a three-peat. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. As good as it's gonna get. Seagull flew into it. Okay, we definitely had our fun with those albies. We chased after them for a while, and they're still around, but they're definitely not as thick, and there's definitely more boats chasing after them too at this point, which makes it a little bit less sporting for me. So I got my albies. If I see some Spanish mackerel or some bonito, I'll consider, chasing after them again. But until then, I really just want to try and get something I can bring home with me. So we're gonna try and get on the sea bass again, hit some deep structure. Seems like that's the way to go. But we'll see what we can do. Anything I'll take. May even try some fluke drifts if this seems futile, but let's see if we can get on some sea bass now we have a bit more tide. Okay, let's give it one last big push for sea bass. There's a couple good looking pieces of bottom over here. I don't know if they'll yield, but they certainly could. Do want to bring some more fish home than just one sea bass, so let's see what we can do. Ooh, that's a good fish. That's a good fish. Good start, at least. Best sea bass we've hooked in a while. They just hook kind of funny. Even so, it's an improvement over a lot of the fish we've been getting today. And there's quite a few spots over here I want to check out, so that's a good sign to start things off over in this spot. There's some better fish on this rock. This one's not an easy one to fish. It's not bad. I'm gonna try. Certainly a lot better than what we were getting earlier, with the exception of that one keeper. Maybe. That's a big one. These are better fish, which makes me happy. That's a good one. That's probably a keeper, a small keeper, but if we can get him. It's not looking super optimistic. Come on. All right. Oh, man. Maybe we found our keeper. Oh, no, that might, maybe. I mean, it is fouled, but... It's a thick fish, but I don't think he's a long enough fish. Got no tail too, so that's unfortunate. That alone just seals the deal. He's not going to be big enough. What happened to your tail? One more. That's a better one. That's a better one. It's also down tide. That looks like a keeper. Not a big keeper, but something we can maybe throw in the cooler. And of course the Balby's behind us right now. I'm not... a little short, 15 3/4. Alright, another rock. This one's pretty close to where we just were, but it's far enough away that it's worth its own look. Not quite as big as the last one, but for that reason I'm hoping a bit overlooked. Give one more go. Okay, new rock. If I get a nice fish here, then I can completely thank the motor, because I would not be able to fish this properly without it. Okay. I don't think so, maybe? I mean, they got long fins. Let's take a look. Oh man, that's the one. That's the one. About time. Good one. It's against tide, but that I can't see that not being a keeper. This might be the fish we go out on. Really nice fish. I think that's a keeper. It's not very close. Not a big one, but get some fillets off it. Feels good. Hoping he's just a fair hook, nice fish, but I am pulling against tide. Looks like a keeper. Looks like a keeper. Keeper. Snuck him out. Second keeper. 11th hour. Definitely the spot. That one, I am certain. It's almost 17. Not a monster, but fillets nonetheless. Okay, so that'll be the end of this one. Definitely not the worst first impression I've had for a brand new spot. I definitely played it maybe a little conservative today in terms of like some of the spots I could have went to. As you might have noticed towards the end of this video, the tide was just absolutely ripping, and I didn't want to put myself into something that, you know, first time here, I wasn't entirely sure how it'd play out. It's definitely doable, but definitely got to be careful not going to certain spots during certain tides, especially if you know you want to be coming back or going in the other direction, lest you want to be fighting a lot of tide and potentially win. But yeah, sea bass everywhere. Whatever you're seeing in this video, I promise you it's probably only a fraction, because I mean, it was just dozens and dozens of sea bass, but obviously the big issue was a lot of them were just not even close to being keeper size. I did try and move around a lot, hit a lot of different, you know, pieces of bottom and different varieties of bottom, but it was just not necessarily a quality day. But you know, we put the numbers in terms of going to spots, and at least we did get the two that we did get to keep. A couple that were like right on the line, but I just don't love keeping them when I see the tail just stop right at, you know, the legal size. So good thing the albies showed up, I suppose. There was like a good hour, I think it was right when the tide switched to incoming and really started moving, that they showed up. And you know, obviously that was a nice little change of pace right in the middle of this session. But you know, obviously once everyone else caught on, it was a little bit wild, a little wonky, but it was fun while it lasted. Good to get on those fish again. It's been years for me. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this. I'll probably come back here at some point. I don't know if it'll be this season, but I bet there could be some really good tod fishing, especially if you have some heavy weight and you know you can hold bottom. But we'll see how things go this season with the wind and all that other stuff. But thanks for checking this one out. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye from fishing.